Okay. The audio seems lost from your hand. Again, good afternoon, everybody. It's my pleasure to be here with us this afternoon. And please, because of the technical hitch, I can't hear you from there. But I will want someone to be chatting with me on WhatsApp as a feedback. So let me share my screen, and I want you to confirm to me on WhatsApp if you can see the screen very clear. Very, very clear. So confirm to me if it's very clear. Okay, so the title is From Digital Divide to Digital Inclusion, Public-Private Collaboration in Building a Tech-Ready Community Workforce. My name is Abiodun Musa Haibino, presently the Vice Chancellor and Chief Executive and Academic Officer, Summit University. So, and then this is just what I do. This is just what I do. And then, but before going further, let me also declare that I and apologize that present I'm unable to be there with you physically, but I'm physically present with you virtually. So also let me say why I've actually accepted to be here is that nílẹ̀ Yorùbá a máa ń sọ wípé ààrẹ ń pè ẹ́ olóhùn dífá bífá tiẹ̀ bá fọre títà rẹ̀ ò fọre ńkọ́. That same way is also how we regard our in-laws. Ẹ̀yin ni àna mi láti òkè ògùn. So àna ń pè ẹ́ olóhùn dífá. Tán bá gbọmọ lọ́wọ́ ẹ̀ ńkọ́ kí ni wàá délé lọ bá. So that's why. But also let me also inform you that I'm Mogaji. I'm a Mogaji at Ibadan. So Mogaji Aikulola Haibino Omo family of Itabigbo. That was just a brief introduction about me. And this is exactly what I do. I'm into mechatronics, academpreneurship, artificial intelligence, spiritual intelligence, and borderless learning. So, but today, I sit as the Chief Executive and VC of Summit University. And here at Summit University of Far, we have this vision that we shall be developing innovations and inventions that will be changing the way we live in our communities, we defend our nations, and work in Africa. That's our vision at Summit University of Far, where I'm presently the Vice Chancellor of the university. So this is just the overview of my talk, so that ẹ bá délé tán bá bi wá pé kí náà sọ àkànní sọ wọ́n sọ̀rọ̀ gan, governor rán yàn wá, commissioner rán yàn wá, you will be able to itemize it. Number one, sorry. Sorry, please. I will discuss the evolution of digital divide. What do we call digital divide? And I will be emphasizing the urgency of digital inclusion. Digital inclusion. Kí là ń pè ní digital inclusion and what do we call digital divide? And a tech prepared workforce. Ṣé bá a ṣe bẹ́rù la bọ́mọ? Ìyẹn náà la fẹ́ sọ ní èní digital divide. Di pé ṣé yàtọ̀ wà láàrin bá a ṣe bẹ́rù bá a ṣe náà ní àbí ọmọ. Digital inclusion. Àwọn bàbá wa nílẹ̀ Yorùbá wọ́n sọ pé ogun tí a bá pé ọmọdé sí ẹ̀yìn àrò ní ń gbé. If the world is moving toward digital revolution, the fourth industrial revolution, báwo làwa náà ṣe máa participate? That is what we call digital inclusion. I will also explore collaborative strategies and then looking at case studies on how we can do the bridging. And I will not be talking about Yoruba will say, tó bá kù wọ nìkan kó tọrọ ara ẹ pa. What are those things or responsibilities expected of us? Wọ́n ní tó bá kọ̀ tún sí ẹ, kí náà ní kó ṣe o? Wọ́n ní kó ta. Tó bá kọ̀ òṣìṣẹ́ ń kọ́, wọ́n ní kó ta. Wọ́n wá ní tó bá ṣe kí ni o? Tó bá kù wọ nìkan kó tún kí ni o? Kó tún ọ̀rọ̀ ara ẹ rò. I will be talking about that. And I will be sharing with us 10 skills that will allow us to be part of that that will assist us in digital inclusion. That is inclusivity. And then, lastly, I want us to know yí pé o bóni ṣe rí ọ̀la ò rí bẹ́ẹ̀. And success demand proactive measures. And ọ̀la lè pẹ́ jù fún wa ká bẹ̀rẹ̀ láti èní. So the person chatting with me, I just want to confirm that I'm loud and clear here. Please just give me a thumb up there or send me a message to confirm that I should go ahead with this talk. Thank you. So this is the outline. Let's understand what digital literacy, digital divide, and digital inclusion is all about. Ní ayé tòní, we have 3 generations. We have the digital natives. We have the digital migrants. We have those two actively. Digital natives. Ní ayé ìsìn, ọmọ ọdún kan, ọmọ ọdún méjì, ó mọ kọ̀ǹpútà lò, ó mọ fóònù lò. When you are at home, you will see your young brothers and brothers or younger ones, less than 2 years, holding phone, mimicking parents. Those ones, we call them digital natives. Some of us, àti gbọ́njú, àti lajú, àti dé university ká tó mọ kọ̀ǹpútà lò, àwa là ń pè ní digital migrant, àtọ̀hún rìn wá. So this word now is digital in nature. So digital divide, that's the gap in access to technology and in that community by limiting opportunities. The first speaker mentioned just some minutes ago, yí pé bẹ́ẹ̀ ni bá a ṣe bẹ́rù labọ́mọ but wọ́n ṣe ń ṣe nìbàdàn ó yàtọ̀ l'Ógbómọ̀ṣọ́ ó tún yàtọ̀ s'Ékòó bẹ́ẹ̀ ni ó yàtọ̀ káàkiri because of digital divide. So in today's digital age, don't forget, àwọn ìjọ mélòó ni mo sọ pé wà, we have 2 generations now. Digital native, àwọn tó jẹ́ pé àti inú oyún làwọn ọmọ yẹn gan ti ń lo fóònù náà ti ń ṣe TikTok. Look at it. Ní ayé ìgbà tiwa, òwe tá máa ń pa táwọn ìyá wa máa ń pa tán dẹ̀ máa ń sọ fún wa tí nǹkan bá ti dúró sára obìnrin máa ní má jẹ́ kéèyàn kankan mọ̀ o. Ní ìsìn kọ́, ọjọ́ tóyún bá ti dúró ni wàá ti ṣe baby shower ni wàá see me the pregnancy is now 2 months old. So ó ti yàtọ̀. It's not àndọwọ́ bòjẹ̀ mọ́. Ó gbé sórí Twitter, TikTok, Instagram, mo ti lóyún o. Because we are in digital age. So we talk about a tech-ready workforce. It's essential in this age. And then we must learn that public-private collaboration is the key to bridging this divide. So that's part of the introduction. But we need to understand what is even called digital divide. Yes, èèyàn kan wà níbàdàn ń ra data, èmi náà ń ra data. Bẹ́ẹ̀ ni, báwo ni ọ̀bọ ṣe ṣorí tí náà kí ò ṣorí ẹ̀ bẹ́ẹ̀ gẹ́lẹ́? That's what we are talking about. Access to infrastructure is one unequal internet infrastructure. Then, some of us in some laboratories, in some homes, they have broadband. Ní ó wọnú ilé yẹn, bẹ́ẹ̀ kọ́ ló ṣe rí ní ọ̀dọ̀ wa ní àwọn ibi tá a wà. Tójò bá rọ̀ nílùú mi, tí tí òpó bá wó kán tó rí náà yẹn tún ṣe kò ń ṣe ọ̀rọ̀ ọjọ́ kan ọjọ́ méjì. While in some areas okun náà wọn abẹ́ ilẹ̀ ni ó gbà débi pé iná òun ṣẹ́jú rí. They thought pé Ọlọ́run ni ó ṣe iná ní pé ní ọjọ́ tí Ọlọ́run bá dáyé àti ilẹ̀. Genesis 1 verse 1 to 2, and then up to the point that God mentioned let there be light. Àwọn kan fi pé light tí Ọlọ́run bá sọ nígbà yẹn ní electricity ní oúnjẹ bẹ́ẹ̀ torí náà yẹn ò kì í ṣẹ́jú. Ṣé bó ṣe rí ní ọ̀dọ̀ wa ní gbogbo ibi tá a wà nìyẹn. So that's affordability is also another thing. Affordability, yes, access to infrastructure one, can we even afford it? Gbogbo wa la mọye tó ń ta pure water ní ìsìn ká tó sọ Coca-Cola àbí Indomie. Ṣé tá a bá rówó, do we now talk about internet access, electricity or oúnjẹ? Yorùbá dẹ̀ sọ̀rọ̀, wọ́n sọ pé ebi kì í wọnú kí ọ̀rọ̀ míì wọ̀. So we tend, and the Maslow hierarchy is also there. Again, we talk about digital literacy. Access to digital technology requires skills more than basic computing skill. And all these things we must take into consideration. And apart from that, skills, no, we need skills and the rest. So the key message I want us to take home is access to technology is a necessity. And then, we need to also provide access to that person. So bridging gaps in access ensure equitable opportunities. I want us to understand that. So that's the key message. Yes, you can afford it, I can afford it, but what of that person? So afford it, we must talk about access. Again, ṣé bá ṣe wá bí ẹrú ni a ṣe bí ọmọ tó wà ní inú oko wa tí kò ní íńtánẹ́ẹ̀tì á ní kó ṣe ẹ̀záàmù pẹ̀lú ọmọ tó ń gbé nígboro Èkó tó jẹ́ pé íńtánẹ́ẹ̀tì ilé wọn ò lọ rí. JAMB wà ń bẹ, WAEC wà ń bẹ, ẹ̀záàmù kan náà la máa ń fún wọn. So there is need for what you call digital inclusion. That is, we must give every child equal opportunity. When I say child, inclusive of you and me. And we must know that education is for lifelong learning and is for economic empowerment. And again, this about healthcare access of a case tí ó happen níbi tí èèyàn kan ti lọ serve. Tí kò bá sí digital technology ní nǹkan tá à ń sọ ìkọlà máa sọ. We must also have healthcare access based on digital inclusion. And then again, kò wá ń ṣe digital, we must also be talking about social inclusion and connection and creativity. So the key message here is that kò síbi téèyàn bá jókòó sí, kò síbi tí ó bá wà, you must have access to digital technology, and digital inclusion empowers all to thrive in the digital era. Ẹ máa gbọ́ tó o bá sí ń bẹ̀, báwo ló ṣe máa bá wọn dá sí? And I want us to know that fostering equality and opportunity is also part of digital inclusion. I want us to know this quotation. If you are not at the table and a meal is being shared, kindly note that you are the meal being shared. Ìyẹn ni Yorùbá fi sọ wípé o ò sí ń bẹ̀, oníwọn ò pín dáa. O ò sí ń bẹ̀, oníwọn ò pín dáa. Digital inclusion will empower us to thrive in this digital era. Kò sí láyé ìgbà kan kéèyàn tó lè kọlù ìlú èbó á kúrò ní gbogbo ibi tó bá wà, ìsídà kó lọ sí Ìbàdàn àdékù kó tó rí international exchange. Though àwọn ìlú kọ̀ọ̀kan ni, bọ̀ ṣé bẹ́ẹ̀ ló ṣe rí ní oko wa. With our phone now, we can call any part of the world. That's part of digital era. Let's now look for the need for a tech-ready workforce. Let me at this point thank the organizer of this event. That's part of what the organizer of this event are trying to do, to actually have a tech-ready workforce, because láyé ìsìn is about digital technology. It's about digital transformation. Let me ask us, ta ni ó lè sọ yí pé social media wà ní ayé bàbá ti tòun àbí bàbá wọn? Àbí ta ló lè sọ fún wa nínú àtàwọ̀ níbà ní pé bàbá mi ò iṣẹ́ tán ṣe ní social media influencer ní bàbá mi ṣe? No, because now àwọn iṣẹ́ míì ti wà. We are now talking about digital transformation of industries. 20-30 years ago, you need to wait for 24 hours before you can counter any news in the daily newspapers and rest. You need to wait for the following day. Tí company kan tó bá ń trend ní orí Twitter àbí X náà àbí Instagram tí wọn ò tètè nip ní news yẹn in the board, 24 hours is too what? Is too long. So digital transformation of industries is taking place, and that's why you and me, we need to know yí pé o iṣẹ́ táwọn bàbá wa ṣe ní àná, a lè má rí ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ iṣẹ́ yẹn mọ́ ní ìsìn, àwọn iṣẹ́ míì ni ó wà. We now talk about remote working, digital transformation, emergency of new job roles and skill, and then again global competitiveness. It's no longer about ọmọ òkè ògùn ni mí, so mi ò lè apply fúnṣẹ́ nílùú èbó, kò sí nǹkan tó jọ bẹ́ẹ̀ mọ́. From the comfort of your home in any part of òkè ògùn, ṣẹpẹtẹrí, ìṣẹ́yìn, ṣákí, ìgbòho, òkèhò, you must be globally competitive because of tech-ready workforce and environment. And then again, for us to have this, we must know that innovation and entrepreneurship are two things that we must be looking at. The key message here is that tech skills nowadays are very, very essential for modern career. Má sọ yí pé iṣẹ́ tí bàbá mi ṣe náà ni mo máa ṣe. There are some jobs that are going into extinction. Therefore, investing in training ensures future employability. Tó o bá, some years ago, ìyá irú ẹni tó ń bá yín sọ̀rọ̀ yìí nìsín á ti wọ yunifásítì ká tó máa lo kọ̀ǹpútà. Tọ́mọ bá wà ní secondary school àbí primary school nísìn, bó bá fẹ́ ṣe jambu ó need àti mọ̀ nípa kọ̀ǹpútà. Unlike some years ago that you don't even have to know about computer before you can take your JAMB examination. Ṣé bẹ́ẹ̀ ni àbí bẹ́ẹ̀ kọ́? So investing in training ensure future employability. If you are listening to me and you don't invest in training, digital training, then you are wasting your time. And everybody, you Hope you are hearing me. Kindly confirm again. What is your own role? What is my own role? Can you confirm that I'm being heard, please? Okay. Collaborative strategy for building a tech workforce. What is your own role? What do you have to do? And what must I do? Number one, the best way to go is public-private partnership. Igi kan ò lè dágbó ṣe, gọ́ọ̀mẹ̀ntì nìkan ò lè dá gbogbo ẹ̀ ṣe. Gọ́ọ̀mẹ̀ntì nìkan ò lè dá gbogbo ẹ̀ ṣe. So you and me, we have to participate. Part of what we are doing is also called industry, academia, and society. We must collaborate to move forward. Again, we must also participate in, we must organize apprenticeship program. Government, the federal government has introduced a program called SUPA, super. Ẹ jẹ́ n fèdè Ìbàdàn pé kó lè bá yé gbogbo wa, super. SC àti U àti P àti A. Who can tell me the full meaning of that? If you don't know it, let's go and learn that. We must definitely learn about that. Again, community-based organization, we must definitely be doing. Tí a gbọ́dọ̀ how do we overcoming the number number one is that okay. The first thing is infrastructure development. Number two, digital literacy and education. Now, make use of your data and this. Don't just be spending time on TikTok and the rest. But again, what are those learn and you must know? The gap. I want us to take note. Number one, creativity. You must be creative nowadays. Creative in the negative way. Have what is called emotional quotient skill. And then number three, the way you relate and deal with people. Number 3, you must also have critical thinking skill is important. And then number 4, you must have what is called active learning with a growth mindset. Active learning with a growth mindset. You need about 5 or 10 skills. And then the 5th one is judgment and decision making. Decision and make the right decision. O gbọ́dọ̀ jẹ́ ọmọ lọlé lọ gbèsè wá, àbí o gbọ́dọ̀ jẹ́ ọmọ kí ni mọ́mì máa sọ, àbí o ṣe pé mọ́mì ẹ kàn bẹ́ẹ̀ decide. Not in this digital era. So if you really want to thrive, number 1, creativity. Number 2, emotional quotient. Number 3, critical thinking. Number 4, active learning. Number 5, judgment and decision making. And then number 6 is you must have what is called interpersonal communication skill. You must have that skill. And number 7, leadership skill. You must have leadership skill. Number 8, diversity and cultural intelligence. You must be culturally literate. Torí bá a ṣe ń ṣe nílùú tiwa èèwọ̀ bòmíì ni. You must know that you must know some of those things that you must never try outside your own community. And then 9, you must have technological skill and ability to embrace change. So addressing barriers like access, affordability, and skill gap ensure no one is left behind. So skill mẹ́wàá yẹn òun ni mo fẹ́ jẹ́ kó ronú sí tó bá ti délé. Ṣé mẹ́wàá èwo lo ò tíì ní? If you are deficient in 1 or 2, this is the time for you to go and reskill yourself. So lastly, I want you to know that continuous innovation and adaptation skills prepare you for tomorrow's challenges. I want you to pay attention to what you have on the screen, which is the last slide. Kò sí bó wá láti ilé ọlá tó ò tún rẹ bí. Ìyẹn ló wá fà tí Yorùbá fi sọ pé ọmọ tí a ò kọ́ láṣe kíni o, lákó ilé tí a kọ́ tà. Look at this man on your screen. Ládà mélòó lẹ fi pé ẹni yìí nídìí? Ẹ wo ẹni yẹn, ó fẹ́ wo òdì kejì. He is the other side of the wall. Nídìí. Eléyìí fi hàn wá ló máa ṣe kíni o, ló máa gbélé tí a kọ́ tà. Bá a bá jogún ilé ìyẹn ní JF Ọdúnjọ́nà Aláwìyé ló fi wá parí ẹ̀. Ó ní iṣẹ́ ní ògùn ìṣẹ́. Múra sí iṣẹ́ ọ̀rẹ́ mi, ẹjẹ́ àjọ ká láti ibẹ̀ yẹn ká fi parí ẹ̀. Iṣẹ́ ni kíni o? Iṣẹ́ ni ògùn ìṣẹ́. Múra sí iṣẹ́ ọ̀rẹ́ mi. Iṣẹ́ ń di. Mi ò gbọ́ o. Iṣẹ́ ń sọ ẹni di gíga. Bá a kò bá rẹ́ni fẹ̀yìntì, bí ọ̀lẹ làá rí. Bá a kò bá rẹ́ni gbẹ́kẹ̀lé, kí ló máa ṣe o? Àtẹ̀ramọ́ṣẹ́ ẹni. Ìyá rẹ lè lówó lọ́wọ́. Bàbá rẹ sì lè ṣe kíni? Ó sì lè lẹ́ṣin léèkàn. Bó o bá gbójúlé wọn, òótẹ́ tán ni mo sọ fún ẹ. Ṣé ohun tí a kò bá jìyà fún, ṣé kì í lè tọ́jọ́? Ṣé ohun tá a bá fara ṣiṣẹ́ fún ní pẹ́ lọ́wọ́ ẹni? So it doesn't matter how many resources you have. If you don't know how to use them, it will never be enough. It's on this note I say, building a tech-ready workforce in Nigeria is crucial for driving innovation, growth, and social development. Collaboration across sectors is essential to address challenges like infrastructure, skill gap, and gender disparity. And I've shared with you those 10 skills you must go and acquire. Nigeria must embrace innovation and remain adaptable to technological advancement to ensure inclusive economic growth and competitiveness in the global tech space. Thank you. God bless you. And lastly, I would like to express my heartfelt gratitude to the organizer for putting together this marvelous event. Special thanks to Ẹ̀yin àna mi tẹ́ ṣe. Special thanks to the person who prepared this engaging slide, which greatly enhanced the presentation. I'm truly grateful to all of you, the listener, that despite the fact we can still learn from each other. Thank you and God bless you all. Ẹ ṣeun o. So if I have question, you can type the question, and I will try as much as possible to answer the question, to answer your questions before leaving. Okay. So let me know if so. I'm sharing the slide so that you can share the slide with the participant, please. It is still loading.